Good morning, and first I have to say thank you for the invitation. It's really a privilege to be here. I'm sorry that Minister Berner had to leave. I'm very honest about this. I'm her biggest fan because she's a real disruptor. The real strength that we have in the mobility sector in Finland at the moment is that we are very progressive, and especially the legislation, the new transport code opens so many fantastic opportunities in the very near future. And believe me, I have experience in disrupting old traditional industries. That's not the best possible way to get friends. You know, if you like people threatening to burn your house, then this is what you should do. But this is not about the industry. This is not about the companies. This is about the customer. I'm a very hated man in Finnish transport sector if you ask from existing operators. But I have one thing to show that what we have been doing so far, we have been doing something right. I have the certificate about the best customer experience in Finland. And I think this is what it's all about the customer experience. I'm trying to give a short, quite practical insight on MaaS, on what Tuup is doing, what other Finnish MaaS operators are doing. What it's all about. What are the practical steps we are taking at the moment, where we see that this industry is going quite soon. This is the basic picture. It's quite simple. It's an app. It's an app which helps you to plan your route. You need to go somewhere. You need to know how I get from A to B in the best possible way, best suiting me at the moment. It's a service integrator, integrating existing services, integrating the services that are emerging. We all know that sharing economy is growing. Different kinds of sharing businesses will grow bigger. They will dominate the market. This is what I believe. And then you integrate easy, seamless, secure payment. So basically, it's very simple. It's about making customers' life easier. In practice, there are still a few challenges. Building up a service ecosystem, it doesn't happen just like this. It needs technological environment. It needs mutual will to work together. And I think that this is where we are very far ahead of many parts of the world in Finland at the moment. And this is what we have to build on in Finland, to make Finland the ultimate test bed for new kind of services. The legislation is favorable. What we need is the common understanding and will to work together. To practice. This is what we have been doing to enter the market. This is school book example of shared resources. 3 months ago, we launched this kind of kyyti is Finnish word for a ride. This is a ride sharing, a taxi sharing service actually. It's about using the capacity as effectively as possible. This is a practical example from a practical situation. One route, 3 orders, pick up, destination, pick up, destination. The best I have seen is 9 orders on one route. 9 orders on one route. This means more than 20, something between 20 and 30 people served with same vehicle capacity in a time where with the traditional systems you could have served maximum 2 people. This is effective production. Imagine when we integrate goods delivery into the same capacity. It will be very difficult for anybody to try to be as effective. This is what we have been doing. We are now operational in 3 major Finnish cities, will be in 3 more in pretty short time, are taking first steps in a few European countries and something also in the US. I strongly believe that sharing the resource is the concept that's going to win the new mobility race globally. This is a big picture of mobility as a service, what it should include. What we are doing, this actually shows what Tuup is doing. At the core is the customer application, what we just saw. How do I get where I want to go? How do I find different kind of services? How do I pay for them? The other thing, new kind of services. We all know Uber. Not many of you know Tuup yet. In 2 years' time, you will know the name Tuup and Kyyti, believe me. And autonomous. This cannot be stopped. It's very simple. If you talk about public transport, half of the cost is driver. 1/3 of the cost is the energy. If you can get rid of the driver, nobody can challenge you. So if you want it or not, that will rule the public transport market. I'm not going to take a bet on where, but I know that already this year and even more next year, we have very ambitious plans in Finland. We are part of that. When you take this, you can serve different kinds of business sectors, not least this one, not least the government. There are so great savings to be made simply by using the capacity more effectively. Only in Finland we talk about more than 1 billion euros. It's a lot of money, and this is a global problem. And everybody here understands the value of data. This I emphasize. I always, when I speak somewhere, usually when there are public authorities, the transport authorities, if you want to make one mistake in future mobility market, you can leave the data for the corporations. That's a big mistake. The data must be recycled to the system, first to the customer, then to the service provider, and most importantly, to the system level, starting from the land usage. Already today, we should prepare for the fact that 30 years from now, there will be only a small fraction of vehicles on the streets. So we no longer should build up the society based on the number of cars on the street at the moment. This is our big, we call this the vicious circle of planning. Starting from customer, going through different kinds of services, ending up with data, circulating the data back to the system. That's quite simple. That's what we are doing. This is just, I'm not pitching here, but I want to show our team just as an example of what pieces need to be in place. There needs to be experience in the market itself. There needs to be experience, competence on sustainable mobility. There needs to be brains, ability to use the big data. Then we need these guys that help us go global. We need these guys who have experience in actual service development. And now we are talking about applications. We don't have our developers in the picture, but this is the resource that we are missing the most at the moment. We are doing great in Finland, but one of the outcomes is that it's very difficult to find good enough developers. So if any of you here is a good developer and need a very interesting job, please come talk to me. Where did we go? We are living very interesting times in the world. We are aiming to be global, of course. We are very grateful for Finland that we have the best possible test bed here in Finland. Let's all work together and let's make sure that Finland will be winning the new mobility race. There will be a mobility-related hackathon later this year where we are part of what you will hear more about in the afternoon. Thank you very much.